Welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Carson Bruener. So, with the Pittsburgh Steelers' 7th round selection, pick 226, they've selected a linebacker out of Washington. So, Carson Bruener is a physical specimen, standing at 6'1", 227 pounds. He's the exact player Mike Tomlin basically just said in his interview not too long ago that the Steelers are looking to add to the roster. Big body guys to reassure the trenches. So, before I get more into him and his film and his introduction to you, however, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also, like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, looking at what he does on the football field, he is a physical linebacker who is at his best working downhill against the run. And does that sound like something we heard before? Well, Derek Harmon's going to do it. Yaya's going to do it. The outside linebacker they drafted in Sawyer is going to do it. And that's what the Steelers are looking to add. People to stop the run. That's a major thing that was a concern for the Steelers the last few years to end the season, lit up huge yardage to teams. But Mike Tomlin said in his interview, that's what he's been thinking about all offseason. People to go against the run. Big body, physical guys. So, that's what the Steelers just added in Carson Bruener at linebacker. Also, looking at what he does good, he stays square in the hole, taking on the blockers. He's assignment sound, playing the run, and very disciplined. He's also a tackling machine who's consistently around the football when he's on the field. He's also a player who played through a shoulder injury this past year, so he brings a real toughness and attitude to defense that the Steelers have already and need to improve on. So, he is a player in coverage, however, that he's improved in his senior season. He showed comfort in zone and his ability to carry kind of seams and crossers in man-to-man as well. So he's getting better and better each season in coverage. He's already great in run defense, but if he's able to improve on that, then he can be an every down linebacker. He's also able to understand / process route combinations quickly and fill in the space in coverage. He also has a special teams production across 4 seasons in college. And we all know that's what Danny Smith loves. If you're a late round pick by the Steelers, especially in the 7th round, in order to make the team, you have to be really physical. You have to be really great on special teams. And if you have to get on Danny Smith's good side. Because if he trusts you, you will earn a spot on this team. So if he's able to do that, he can earn a spot on this roster at the inside linebacker position. So, another thing he does good is he's a willing defender to take on blocks and able to make plays through contact against the run. Just because he's being blocked doesn't mean he won't be able to reach out and tackle you. He shows the ability to keep his eyes in the backfield while shifting through traffic against the run. Now, the things that he lacks, what's bad about his game? Well, he lacks that true sideline to sideline speed and range that the Steelers have coveted the past few years with Peyton Wilson and Patrick Queen, but he's still good in tackling. He also has some issues working laterally against the run and loses foot races in space sometimes and can be slow to kind of process it. He also has a limited frame from tackling perspective, but looking at the film, that shouldn't matter. Anyway, that's his film. Now let's get into his bio. Let's talk about who he is in your introduction to him. Well, he was named a team captain for the 2024 season at Washington. And he played and started all 13 games for Washington in 2024, leading the team in tackles. He finished the season with 104 tackles, which is a lot, and that's what the Steelers need at linebacker. He was 2 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions as well, so he's showing the pass coverage. And he also had 1 forced fumble and 5 pass breakups. He was one of just 2 Big Ten defense players with 100 plus tackles and 3 more interceptions this past season. He was voted 3rd team All Big Ten and voted Team Defense MVP at award banquets. He was also honorable mention at All Pac-12 in 2023 as a rotational defensive player for the Huskies and run to national championship. So, he is a player who is the son of former Washington All-American tight end and former Pittsburgh Steelers first-round draft pick, Mark Bruner. So, there's a connection to the Steelers already there, and we know the Steelers love that family connection and bringing in people's kids, people's brothers, or whatever it is, family ties to the team. So that's what the Steelers add in Bruner. Also, one last thing, he's a former 3-star linebacker coming out of high school who chose Washington as a legacy player. So, this is Carson Bruener, your introduction to him and his introduction to Steeler Nation. He's going to have a hard time making this team if he doesn't show out, because the Steelers are stacked at the inside linebacker position, have continued to add to it this offseason, last draft as well. So they have a lot of guys there, and he's going to need to show it, like I said, on special teams, and he's going to need to show it in camp, and he's going to need to show it in the preseason. He's got the ability to do so. He needs to make some flashy plays, and Carson Bruener, this is him. This is what he's all about, making those plays and being sound defensively. Me personally, I like this pick. The Steelers, like I said, are trying to stop the run, and you need linebackers who are able to do that. And adding Bruner, even if he's a guy who you just put in on run-stopping downs, he could do it. So the Pittsburgh Steelers get a value pick in this draft in Bruner, and someone who isn't afraid to seek contact. Getting a guy in the 7th round who makes the roster is kind of rare, but the Steelers always usually have those 7th round draft picks end up making the team. So it's not impossible for it to be the same way for Bruner. So 7th round, the Pittsburgh Steelers with the Pat Tillman pick. This selection for the Pittsburgh Steelers was the Pat Tillman pick. That's where he was selected in the 7th round. We've seen what Pat Tillman did through his career, and it was cut short, but Pat Tillman was a superstar, a Hall of Famer, everything and beyond. So let's see if Bruner can live up to that Pat Tillman pick. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts about this selection. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Would you have went a different direction with the selection in terms of different player, different position? And how do you feel about this draft just in general so far? And do you think Bruner can make this team? Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis, reports. The draft is nearly over. One more selection. The video is already on the channel, so go ahead and check it out. Their next selection, introduction to you. Also, the Pittsburgh Steelers have some undrafted free agents that are about to sign. I'm going to cover all of it. So if you want to stay tuned for everything throughout the draft, this is the place for you. And subscribe to the channel, turn notifications. And until the next video, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.